Hi, we're at Team Lakers. Hello. Yeah. So today we are going to present our survey of internet addiction. And for our survey, our thing, we are focused on the differences between international students and local students. Okay. So before we start, we want you guys to imagine a situation when you are traveling to a foreign countries. You stay in a nice hostel. Why are you laughing? Sorry. You stay in a nice hostel and you make many foreign friends there. And you have a nice dinner and have a nice chat with them. But it's a time about to say goodbye. You take out your phone and you turn on your Line app and you say, shall we add each other's friend online? And they all look at you with confused. A girl say, what is Line? Yes, it happens to everyone. Actually, although the internet use spread well, but the habit of using a different internet application or the habit of the different use of internet is different from every country. So that's the reason why we wanna go deep into this problem and this different situation. So this survey will focus on the differences between international students and local students. Okay, thank you. So I will briefly introduce the background of our interviewing. We collect the 23 students to accept our interview. And the students are from 12 nationalities, from 2 girls from Belize, and from Vietnam, from Malaysia, from Hong Kong, from Macau, and from USA. And the age is between 16 to 24. And 43% of interviewees are female and 57% of interviewees are male. So I will let Dennis to introduce our survey result.
Okay, hi, and I'm going to discuss 2 questions. The first is, how many 3C devices do you have? And as the statistic data shows, we can find that most of our interviewees has only 2 3C devices that are smartphone and iPad, or smartphone and laptop. Because our interviewees are mostly students, and these devices can help them make notes or see the PPT on the class and make report after class. And I also find a fun fact is that we can see that only 6 people has 3, 4, or 5 3C devices. That are quite few. And there are 4 out of 6 interviewees are Taiwanese, and only 2 people are from Belize and one is from Belize, one is from the USA. And the one with 5 3C devices are Taiwanese. And he has a smartphone, an iPad, a laptop, an AirPods, and a smart mouse. Okay. And the next question is, do you think that 3C devices make life easier? And all of our interviewees think that the 3C devices make our life more easier. Make our life easier because through the 3C devices, it can help our life easy to search the information, navigate the road, or communicate to each other. Like our team just discussed this report last night through the line. Yes. And let's welcome the next reporters. Thomas.
Okay, this is a question I'm going to discuss. That what kind of social media do you use? We asked our interviewees these questions, and we get the results that most people use Instagram and Facebook and Line right here. I think we have these results because we interview most of the students from Asian country, and all of them are under 20 years old. So as you can see, many people use Instagram. And I want to introduce an social media that's not common in Taiwan. It's called Snapchat. And although it's not very familiar in the Asian country, but this app is really familiar in America and Europe, and it grows really fast. And why can this app survive in this social media world? Because they has different kinds of functions. The first is that you can use you can use pictures and videos at the same time in your, when you are telling your stories. As you can see, we can use Instagram, but you can only use video or photos at the same time. But you can use video and photo at the same time in this app. And according to our questions, we have some observation that, number one, most students who are not use Instagram are over 20 years old. Because not every our interviewees use Instagram, but most of them are over 20 years old. And this made me think of my own experience when I went to an activities. And most of them are just 1 year younger than me, but they just don't use Facebook. And they told me that, oh, Facebook was something that old men use. And the second observation is that most students from Asia do not use Line and Instagram. I think that's, this result is that Facebook, this company, still has a lot of influences in the American continent. Okay, the next question is, do you feel anxious when you're not using your phone? As you can see, most of them feel anxious, and most of them are Taiwanese students that feel anxious. And 40% of the interviewees says, no, I'm fine. And we have 3 observations. I think that the major reason why people feel anxious when they are not using their phone is because they say they are afraid of missing important messages. And the second is that most people who feel anxious are Taiwanese students. Like we interview the students from Belize, they don't think they feel nervous when they're not using their cell phone. And the third observation is when they are trying to get rid of 3D devices, so they try to focus on other things so that they won't feel anxious. And so let's welcome Gary.
Okay, it is Gary right here. And the first question I want to introduce is, will you check your phone before and after sleep? Nearly 80% of our interviewees say that they will check their phone after sleep and before sleep. I believe everyone in this course will agree with it because we don't want to miss any information around our life. And next page. But according to science research, checking smartphone before sleep will cause insomnia and headache. Yet our interviews or ourselves still use our cell phones for following reason. First one is chat with friends, because we always want to finish our every conversations before getting to sleep. And the second one is playing online games. Some people just think that they can fall asleep without playing League of Legends or something else. The third one is using social media. The other kinds of people just can't fall asleep without viewing Instagram or Line just for 5 seconds or 5 minutes. And the next question is, have you ever left your phone for over 24 hours? And if yes, can you tell me how you feel? And about 56% of people say that they have left their phone for 24 hours. But the reason is most of about studying or they have some big events like sports events or music events. And yes, finish. And that's welcome, Andrea.
Okay, so I'm now going to introduce how many hours our interviewees spend on the internet. And most of them spend 4 to 6 hours. You can see it's almost a half of them. And so, like, there's
47% of them trying to get rid of 3C devices. And there are some ways how they try to get rid of. And one is they focus on other things, such as reading books and study. And some of them say they will delete their social media. But I think most of them tried, but they gave up very soon. So none of them have truly success on getting rid of their 3C devices. And what activities they usually do with their phones. And this is in order. So the most of them use social media, such as texting and check out their friends' latest post. And the second one is they watch YouTube. And the third one is playing games. And 4 and 5 is music or read novels or take selfies.
Okay, so we also ask our interviewee that do you act the same online and offline? And most of them, when they heard this question, they will feel like, why you ask this question like this? And most of them, like according to our survey, almost 77% of them say that yes, they act the totally same online. The way they talk, the personality, they are totally the same online and offline. Only 22% of them say no. But actually, we observed that they didn't really understand their behavior online and offline, just like the famous trend before. People will say they will act differently on different social media. Like when they are in LinkedIn, they will perform very professional and they will make themselves like very businessmen or others. And on Facebook, they will show their family or their friends to make others to think that they have a healthy life. And in Instagram, they will make themselves look cool. And for Tinder, they will make themselves look attractive to attract more people to want to know them.
How about good night?
That's too low. So next, I will let Tina to introduce it.
Okay, and when I ask our interviewees, do you think you have an internet addiction? They often say, no, I don't think so. Maybe a little bit. And when I ask, and do you think your friends have an internet addiction problem? And they say, yes, yes, yes. So maybe we can see over here, only about half of us think we have an internet addiction, but about 3/4 of us think our friends have an internet addiction. So maybe we have an internet addiction, just we didn't realize that. Yes, and oh, this is a very cute picture. And have you ever spent money online? I think most of our interviewees didn't spend money online, but there's one mentioned that he spent about 1,000 to 2,000 a month on games, and one said that he or she had spent about 10,000 on games so far. And I think so. If you do not used to spend on games, you will not pay a lot. But some people, they are used to pay on games. They will pay a lot of money on games. Yes, and there's another American, I think his name is Richard, and he said that he will not pay money for games only if it is really, really cheap, like maybe 30 NTD dollars. He will think that's really cheap and he will spend.
Okay, so it's about our conclusion. So back to the initially intention that why we do these surveys. We wanted to look at deep into how the international students and local students act differently online. And the reason and the result is that actually there are no significant differences between international students and local students. Only the differences is the app they use. Like for Taiwan and Japan, we mostly use LINE to communicate with each other. But for other countries, they use WhatsApp. Or for China, they use WeChat. So that's the differences. And for the internet addiction problem, actually it's worldwide. Like it happens to everyone on the world generally. Yeah. So there is one thing before we end want to share to you guys. It's a small tips. Like it's a way how we like collect our information and how we to like organize them. We create a Google, like how to say? Yeah, Google survey. We put all the question on it, and we like answer the question on this survey, and they will directly plug into this photo.
Useful.
Yeah, right. It saves your time. So yeah, so give you guys is an easy way to collect your data. Okay, so that's for Q&A time. Is there any questions or problems, guys?
Right, so now questions and comments. Can we start with maybe Yingwan? You can ask questions or make comments. Anything you like to say, especially
Thank you for the presentation. I really like that. Is there anything interesting that happened during your survey?
Okay, there's a Poland man. Is one day I go shopping in Xinyichu, and when I take bus back to NCCU, I saw that a handsome guy just sit back in the bus, and I feel like, oh my god, he's super handsome. And when the bus stopped at our gate, yes, our bus stopped, and he walked down, and I followed him into campus, and I just think, what should I say? And I just follow him to the, there's a bus stop next to the 行政大楼. Yes, and he went there, and I went there too. And I just stand back, and I want to talk to him, but he's so handsome, so I don't know how to talk to him. And then we just take a bus to uphill, and I finally make
courage.
yes, and talk to him. And he's very kind, and he said, "Of course, just let me know anything you need." Yes, and handsome.
Do you guys Instagram?
He has a girlfriend.
We asked our interviewees what app do I use, and he only used Facebook and Line. So I added his Facebook, and then I found out that he has a girlfriend yesterday. And I thought, Andrea. Yes. Any other question?
Do you think you're prettier than his girlfriend?
I can't see his girlfriend. I just keep pressing on the Facebook. You will say your relationship. Yes, I just keep pressing, but I can't see who's she.
Okay, so any other questions or comments? How about can we move on to team 2? Team Brendan. Anything I'd like to ask, or you want to make comment on anything?
Can you describe the appearance of the handsome guy?
Very tall. I think maybe. I don't think my hand can reach his head, and his eyes is blue. Very attractive. Yes, and
The hair color?
I think it's,
She's pretty.
yeah, brown. Yes. Okay, so team 3. Team 3. Yes. Team 3.
Okay, Okay, I think we're digressing maybe a little bit. So, do you have any questions or comments on the presentation? Anyone? How about Ting Fu?
Most of your interviewees are from Asia region or like American or European?
Most of them are from Asia, but the special country is two from Belize. It's from South Latin America, and one from USA, and one from Poland.
So do you think the outcome of their answer has a giant gap or very different?
You mean the different country or
Different country, yeah.
between different countries?
Between Asia and you say probably
Belize.
very
Oh yeah, I found out that because we asked a question about like, have you ever checked phone during classes? And most of the students, like almost all of the students say yes, but only the two girls from Belize say no. So that's the differences, like significant differences. Yeah.
Okay, so then thank you very much.
Thank you.